Good afternoon, friends. Once again, welcome you all for the one more session, that is complex number 2. Just it is a continuation of last class. So I am Dr. Shanmu Kuchwad from Suresh Angadi Education Foundations, Angadi College of Commerce and Science, Sambhav Road, Belagavi. So today we discuss argument. Last class we have discussed so what is mean by a complex number and basic terminologies, and we have solved example based on that using a simple tricks here. So just it is a continuation of our last class. Now we define what is the argument of a complex number. Let z equal to a plus ib be a any complex number if this complex number is represented geometrically by a point P, then the angle made by the line OP with a real axis is known as a argument, or amplitude of Z. It is represented as here. Using this diagram, it is represented. So sometimes you may get a question, it is present in a which coordinate? Then, so first coordinate or second or third or fourth. Okay, then we should look at a real part. Real part is positive and the imaginary part is positive, then it is present in a first quadrant. If it is a real part is positive, imaginary part is real part is negative, imaginary part is positive, then it is in a second coordinate. Then if both the real and imaginary part are negative, then it is present in a third quadrant. If it is a real part is positive, imaginary part is a negative, then it is present in a fourth quadrant. Then argument of a z is defined by a expression tan inverse b by a, where b is imaginary part, real number, a is real part of a complex number. Okay, right. We'll go through 15th example. So last class we have solved 14th example. Now we'll discuss 15th example. I read out the question. If z equal to 1 plus I, then the multiplicative inverse of z square is. So z equal to 1 plus I is given. We have to square it on both sides. So z square equal to 1 plus I whole square. So squaring we get a 1 plus I whole square. That we have to expand it. So a square 1, b square, it is a I square minus 1 plus 2ab, that is a 2i. Then plus 1 minus 1 get cancels. We get z square equal to 2i. So looking at the 2i and option A, don't guess it as a option is a right answer. No, question we have to clearly go through it. A multiplicative inverse of a z square. Multiplicative inverse we have to find, that is nothing but see, it is 1 divided by z square. Solution 2i. Now I is present in a denominator, so all of you know we have to do rationalization, that is 2i conjugate is minus 2i. We have to multiply and we have to divide it by minus 2i. Then further minus 2 get cancels. Numerator multiplication 1 into I, we get a I. Denominator simplification, that is a 2 as it is, 2 into 1 2, I into I square is minus 1 into 2, we get it as a minus 2. That is answer is minus I divided by 2. That is option C is a right answer. C is a right answer. Now we'll go to the 16th example. So I read out, if determinant, it is a third order determinant equal to x plus iy, then we have to calculate the value of x and y. Okay, so x is nothing but a real part of a complex number, y is the imaginary real number here. Okay, then see, before, see, it is a determinant, we have to expand it. If you expand it, yes, we will get a solution. Then real part and the imaginary part we have to equate, x and y we get it. So before expanding, see, look at here, minus 3i plus 3i, same number with the opposite sign, 1 and a minus 1, same number with the opposite sign here. Then what I do is, so I do elementary row operation as r1 changes to r1 plus r2, like this. Make a determinant maximum number of zeros. You know, if you increase the number of zeros in a determinant, expansion will be very simple. So we get this as 6i plus 4, r1 plus r2, minus 3i plus 3i, 0 we get. Next we get a 0, remaining other elements as it is I write 4, 3i minus 1, 20, 3i. So this is equal to x plus I y. Now we have to expand it. So it is, so expansion is 6i plus 4 as it is. So corresponding column and row we have to eliminate. So we get, yes, we get 3i into I. So we get it as I into I square minus 3, we get it minus sign, then minus 1 into 3 minus 3. So minus into minus plus 3 we get it, right? Then it is a minus 0 plus 0. See, whatever we get a simplification multiplying with a 0, it is a 0. No need to write in detail. So x plus iy imaginary part. So here minus 3 plus 3 get cancels. We get an answer as a 0. 0 into this once again is 0. We get a 0 equal to x plus iy. So further I write this as 0 plus I times 0 equal to x plus iy. Then we know equating, real part is equated with the real part, imaginary part is equated with the imaginary part. So we get the value of x equal to 0, then value of y equal to 0. Therefore option D is a right answer. So we'll go to a next example. So it is similar to a previous one. See, I will read out. Solving 3 minus 2yi equal to 9x minus 7i, where I square equal to minus 1 for x and y real we get. Okay. So procedure is very simple. Real part is equated with a real part. So I get it as 3 equal to 9x. So next, imaginary part is equated with the imaginary part, that is minus 2y equal to minus 7. Right. Then further, so 3 I write as it is. Then 9 can be written as 3 square as a 9 here. Right. So minus sign get cancels. So solution for a y is 7 divided by 2. Okay, here in this expression 7 by 2 is not there. So further I simplify 7 by 2, it is a 3.5. So here bases are same, powers we have to equate. 1 equal to 2x. So the value of x equal to, it is 1 by 2. So x equal to, we get it as a 0.5. So x equal to 0.5, y equal to 3.5. So option A is a right answer. One more hint I will give you. See, y equal to 3.5. You have to search here. So in this option A is 3.5. Remaining examples y equal to 3.5. See, we don't find it, so no need to calculate x. Then directly we can say option A is the right answer. Okay. Yes. We'll move to a next example. So the complex number, see it is 1 plus 2i divided by 1 minus I lies in which quadrant of the complex plane? So options are first, second, third, fourth. First, second, third, fourth. So I write a given expression here. So this is 1 plus 2i divided by 1 minus I. So this is our given expression. So which quadrant it lies? Now I, it is in a denominator. We have to multiply and divide by denominator conjugate. After simplifying, we have to analyze it is a present in a which quadrant here. So I multiply and divide by its conjugate, that is 1 plus I whole divided by 1 plus I. 1 plus I. Now see, we have to simplify. 1 is multiplied with a 1 plus I, we get a 1 plus I. So next 2i is multiplied with a 1 plus I, we get it as 2i into 1, 2i. Yes, next plus into plus plus 2 into 2i into I, 2i square. 2i square whole divided by, it is of the form a minus b into a plus b. Suitable formula is a square minus b square, that is 1 square is a 1 and then minus I into I square is minus 1, minus into minus plus 1. So we can further simplify this as, so here it is a 1, I plus 2i, 3i, then I square is minus 1, so minus 2 we get it, divided by 2 we get. So we can write 1 minus 2 as a minus 1 divided by 2. This is a real part of a complex number. Plus I, it is a 3 by 2. See, in a first slide we have studied. So first coordinate is negative, second coordinate is positive. First coordinate is, yes, it is a negative, and second coordinate is positive, that is it is in a second quadrant. It is in a second quadrant here. Okay, therefore option B is a right answer. Option B is the right answer. So in such a case we have to draw a quadrant, plus plus, minus plus, minus minus, plus minus here. Now it is in second quadrant here. Like this we have to analyze. Okay, we'll move to our next example. Example number 19. The statement A plus IB is less than C plus ID is true for, okay, it is a true for what value we have to calculate. So here it is, so very simple. So if we take up different values here, so here we can write the expression A plus IB is less than C plus ID. So here if we take, yes, if we take the value of B equal to 0 as well as D equal to 0 here, these are complex parts here, complex parts. 0, then we get a is less than C, then it is a true. So option C, squares are there. So what I do is I add it b, its square is b square plus d square. So it is a 0 plus 0, 0. Therefore, option D is a right answer. Next, the multiplicative inverse of a number is the number itself, then its initial value is. Okay, its initial value is. So multiplicative inverse means if it is a x plus iy is there, x plus iy, its multiplicative inverse is given by, it is 1 divided by x plus iy. So now this question is, multiplicative inverse of a number is the number itself it is. Okay, then we have a 4 possibilities, we have to check. Here it is first option I, then it is 1 divided by I, right? 1 divided by I. So I, it is in a denominator, so we multiply by its conjugate. So 1 into I square into I square is minus 1. We get I equal to minus I. So A is a wrong answer. Similarly, I take x plus iy as a minus 1. Next, its inverse is 1 divided by minus 1. So we get minus 1 equal to minus 1, right? So B is a right answer here. In such a case, so we have to use a definition of multiplicative inverse, then go through one by one the possibilities, options here, then we'll get a correct answer. In this example, correct answer is B. Okay. Now example number 21, the conjugate the conjugate of a complex number we have to find out. So first preliminary steps, 2 minus 3i divided by 4 minus I it is. So here denominator consisting of I. So I told you, okay, from a beginning class, if it is a I present in a denominator, okay, then we have to do rationalization and avoid a denominator I here. So I have to multiply and divide by its conjugate. So it is a 4 plus I divided by 4 plus I it is. So numerator we have to simplify. 2 4s are 8 plus 2 into I. Next 4 3s are 12i, then minus 3 I into I square is minus 1, minus into minus plus 1. See, like this you have to solve it directly here, don't write stepwise. Okay, so 4 a minus b plus a plus b form it is. A minus b into a plus b, a square minus b square. 4 into 4 is 16, I into I square is minus 1. So what we get? 17 here. Like this you have to write immediately here, like this. Okay, avoid see steps here and don't commit a mistake also. You need a practice of solving like this example here. Now real part we have to simplify. 8 plus 3, it is 11. Similarly 2i minus 12i, it is a minus 10i. 10i divided by 17. Okay, looking at the C option, don't write it is a correct answer. See, look at the question once again, conjugate of a complex number. So conjugate is given by changing the sign of a I. So it is 11 minus 10, I write it as plus 10i whole divided by 17. Therefore option B is a right answer. Okay, so we'll move to our next example. Okay, I hope you will answer it immediately. Yes, conjugate of 1 plus I is. Yes, so very simple. Conjugate means what? In a last class we have discussed. So I sign we have to change it. 1 plus I. Changing the sign we get a minus I. 1 minus I it is. So option C is right answer. Right. So we'll move to a next example. Okay. So argument and a modulus of 1 plus I divided by 1 minus I are respectively. See, I take expression this 1 plus I. See, very simple, you need a practice. 1 minus I denominator, right? So once again I, it is present in a denominator, what I told. Yes, we have to take a conjugate and avoid denominator I. So I multiply by 1 plus I to balance it and divide it by 1 plus I. Okay, so numerator, it is of the form a plus b into a plus b whole square. So a square is 1, b square is minus 1, and 2ab is 2i. And say I am writing denominator directly, please answer it. 1 minus I into 1 plus I. Yes, it is a square minus b square, 1 plus 1, that is going to be a 2. Then plus 1 minus 1 get cancels. Dear students, you are familiar with solution of such kind of examples, right? Then 2i divided 2. Yes, here 2 also get cancels. Sorry, we get the value of z equal to I, right? The value of z equal to I. Then modulus means what? It is a mod z equal to under the square root of real part square 0 and imaginary part square. That imaginary part is I, its coefficient is a 1, that is a 1. It is a root of a 1, is answer is 1. Okay, answer is 1. Therefore modulus equal to 1. Modulus equal to 1. See, we have two possibility, either A may be an answer right or D may be a right answer. So here there is no, see, further option, we should solve argument of a complex number. So Z I write R cos theta plus IR sin theta. Yes, so further here it is, we can write this as I is 0 times I. So now what I do, real part is equated with a real part. So R cos theta equal to 0, then cos theta equal to 0 and cos theta equal to 0. Cos of what value is 0 it is? Yes, it is a cos 90 degree, pi by 2. Then cos get cancels, we get a theta equal to pi by 2. That is option D is a right answer. So argument of a complex number is pi by 2 and modulus of a complex number is 1 here, right? Yes, we'll move to a next example. That is example number 24. Yes, which of the following are correct for any two complex numbers z1 and z2? Okay, everyone, you are familiar with the properties of a complex number here, modulus of a complex number. So yes, it is mod of a z1 z2, any complex number it satisfies. Okay, mod of a z1 z2 equal to mod of a z1 mod of a z2. Yes, so option A is a right answer. Yes, we'll move to our next example. See, you have solved it for a 3 marks example in a first year, this kind of an example, but in a few steps I write a solution for this, because you have to write a solution, see, within a 1 minute here, right? So next, the given expression is x plus iy equal to under the square root of a plus ib divided by c plus id. I call it as a equation 1. So now further I write its conjugate, x minus I y equal to under the square root of, it is a c minus id divided by, sorry, it is a plus I b divided by c minus id. I call it as a equation 2. Then further, see, equation 1 and 2 we multiply. It is a plus b into a minus b. Its multiplication is x square, then y into y, y square, then minus it is I into I square is minus 1, minus into minus it will become a plus. Similarly, next, under the square root of, see, this also multiplication, numerator multiplication, we get a square plus b square, and the denominator we get it as a c square plus a d square. Now square root it is, if you transport it to that side, it will become a square. So x square plus y square whole square equal to, it is a square plus b square divided by c square plus d square, right? Therefore, yes, option A is a right answer. Option A is right answer. So in a 3 steps we have written a solution here. Like that, you have to use a shortcut trick for solving such type of example. Okay, now we will move to a next example. Example number 26. The two numbers are such that each one is a square of the other are. So you have studied I equal to root of a minus 1. Yes, I write it, I equal to root of a minus 1. Similarly, we have omega cube, it is called as a cube root of unity. Omega cube equal to 1 here. Now we have to choose such a pair here. We have 4 options. It is see, 2 numbers such that each one is a square of other. If you square omega, you should get the next value, you should get it like that it is. Okay, so here D will satisfy that relation. See here, I take a omega, yes, then square it, squaring, what we get here, omega, yes, square here, right? I take a omega square, second option now, second, this one, omega square, I square it, okay, yes, what we get, squaring, omega raised to 4 we get it. Further, omega raised to 4 can be written as omega cube into omega, and omega cube is a cube root of unity, 1 into omega we get a omega. So omega square is omega square, yes, omega square is omega here, they are square of one another. Therefore option D is a right answer. You can check with the other examples also. See, D satisfies this relation. You have to do it in a very simplified manner, very quickly. Yes. Now next example, if Z1 and Z2 are two non-zero complex number such that mod of a Z1 plus Z2 equal to mod of a Z1 plus mod of a Z2, then argument of a Z1 minus argument of Z2 is equal to, so this answer is obvious, it is properties of a complex number. Therefore it is a argument of Z1 minus argument of Z2, it is equal to 0. Therefore option D is a right answer. Yes, we'll move to a next example, the amplitude of the complex number. That is, amplitude means, in this class beginning we have discussed, it is a tan inverse B by A. So amplitude of a complex number is tan inverse B by A. B is a imaginary real number, it is a 1 minus cos alpha divided by, it is a real part, sin alpha. Okay, so using a half angle formula, I will simplify this. So it is 1 minus cos alpha using a half angle formula, 2 sin square alpha by 2, right? And sin alpha using a half angle, it is a 2 sin alpha by 2 cos alpha by 2 it is. Now here I can cancel 2 and 2, 1 sin and 1 sin. So we left with tan inverse sin alpha by 2 divided by cos alpha by 2. Yes. Further, see, sin by cos, it is a tan. So it is a tan inverse tan alpha by 2. Next, tan inverse get cancels. So we get, yes, answer as alpha divided by 2 here. Therefore correct option is B is a right answer here. B is a right answer. Okay. Yes. Further, we will solve this example. Question is the amplitude of 1 plus root 3i divided by root 3 plus 1. Amplitude we have to calculate. So amplitude equal to, it is tan inverse B by A. B by A, right? So here I can write this as tan inverse B, it is a I coefficient, root 3. A, it is a real part of a complex number, that is 1. Then further, tan inverse root 3, tan of a what value is a root 3? It is a tan 60 degree. Here 60 degree is not mentioned here directly. It is written in terms of a pi values. So I can write this as a pi by 3. Yes? Yes. Then tan inverse and tan get cancels. We get pi by 3. Therefore, see, option A is a right answer. Okay. So dear friends, so possible all questions here. Okay. I have solved it. I have completed from complex number. Okay. So any doubt you have, any example here, you can bring to the notice of us. Okay. With this, we will stop this session, and next class we discuss one more topic here. Okay. Once again, good afternoon everyone. Thank you very much.